Hello, everyone. Welcome again to our new episode here in Oxbreak. And again, with your host, Japs and Pipoy.
Yes!
All right. Hello,
Yan.
everyone. It's our episode 15.
Yes.
Um, thank you so much again, guys, for tuning in to our podcast each and every week with our latest topics that we are
Yeah.
giving to you guys. So, yun. So, kumusta naman, people? Ano,
Ayan. Hungry. Charot.
parang may
Always.
nakita kong milk tea dun kanina.
Yun nga eh. Kasi the more na nag-aano ko ng sugar sa katawan, the more na
Ma-
nakakagutom pala. But
'Di ba?
anyway, since ano naman na, episode 15 natin and we're gonna wrap up this first season of Oxford. This is gonna be our last episode. So,
Mhm.
medyo bittersweet moment because it's gonna be our last. But we're happy
Hmm.
to announce that we're gonna launch season 2 as soon as
Yes.
possible.
Yes,
Ayan.
as soon as we can. It's just sad to say na we're ending the season 1 as we do
Mm-mm.
this episode 15. Actually beforehand, before we do the recording, me and people talked about a lot of things about our plans for season 2. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things that will be included, new things to discover. And thank you so much for everyone for keeping with us with our season 1. For listening
Yes.
from the start of our, or as we started this journey and podcasting. And ayun, we appreciate the effort of listening to our episodes each and every week. And thank you as well to Pipoy for being my partner
Mm.
here sa podcast na ito. Without him naman is this will not be possible, kumbaga.
Ano ba? Maliit na bagay tayo. Huwag mo namang ginagawang big deal. Wala rin naman akong gagawin dito sa bahay.
Yun na nga,
Ano
kaya kami
ba?
nag-podcast kasi wala kaming magawa.
Oo, buti nga may ginagawa ko every weekend eh, di ba?
Yun na nga. Pero one good thing about this kind of thing, which is podcasting, is I guess this was already mentioned before ni Kuya Mark, which is from Sawariko podcast, na it's a good thing to have this kind of thing, which is a podcasting. It's because um, we tend to look to each other while doing recordings, and at the same time yung kamustahan, kasi it's pandemic, so it's going to be magto 2 years na din kung tutusin, or it's been a year and a half
Oo.
since pandemic started. And um, we want to make sure each and everyone are still on the hook, and at the same time, yung well-being ng isa't isa, yung mental
Mm-mm.
health, not just that, even the physical health, diba? How are we doing so far as we strive with this pandemic? And I
Yeah.
do really appreciated this, this avenue of podcasting, as we, at least dito kami pinapalakas namin yung isa't isa, as we encourage
Mhm.
na, people, tara, podcast tayo, tara, recording tayo, tara, plan tayo, o
Mm-mm.
ganong bagay. It's nakaka-uplift kasi, we have something to look forward. And at the same time, we have listeners like you guys na naka-tune in lagi sa episodes namin. And that's we're also looking forward to bring you fun and learning to each and every episode that we have. Diba, people?
Yeah, tsaka nakakatawa na na may sa mga nakikinig, very engaging sa
Mm-hmm.
mga questions namin every week because it helps on what are the things that we can improve on and also what more to give dun sa yun nga ila-launch naming uh, season 2. So this is gonna be like parang same format pero at the same time it's gonna be different as well. Kasi we're gonna add new things. We're gonna uh, talk about new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
May mga bago kaming pakulo to make sure that what we offer now is gonna be what we offer now is gonna be like the same but more more exciting pa din. And
Yes.
as much as possible, gusto din namin na yung mga topics namin is may mga may relevance tapos makabuluhan
Mhm.
para hindi lang yung mga kami nagkukuwentuhan ganyan kasi ginagawa na namin yun araw-araw eh, 'di ba?
Oo.
Ayan.
So yun, hindi pa rin talaga mawawala yung interaction with our audience, which is you guys. So, are you
Hmm.
also a part of our journey here in Oxbridge? So there, ano ba yung may expect na for this, for today's topic, Ipoy?
Ayan. For today's topic, very relevant kasi nga it talks about something na we often question ourselves
Mhm,
and hindi natin tong din madalas vino-voice out sa iba because of the fear of being judged. So
mhm.
our topic is gonna be is being different a bad thing? There are no right or wrong answers to this question. But syempre, magbibigay kami ng mga insights and opinions. Pati engage na namin yung mga questions ng ating listeners from our social media platforms.
Yes.
Yes.
So yun, as people said, we have this kind of question in our minds or in ourselves that is being different a bad thing or is it a wrong thing? Kasi magkaiba din ang bad
Mm.
and wrong.
Yeah.
'Di ba? So we're going to discuss more of those things. And as people already mentioned, we have our friends and our Oxpeak family who answered through our social media accounts, and we'll discuss them further, give our insights about that. So
Yes.
before we go through, magkamustahan tayo, and let's do what you doing. So do the honor, people.
Ayan. Um, okay, chaps. Eto na naman. Naalala mo, di ba? Bumili ako ng ebook reader.
Okay. Ito po ang meron tayong segment is which is the Kobo Journey of People.
Yeah,
Ano,
my Kobo journey.
journey. People's Kobo Journey.
Ayan.
Yan. Go.
Kasi, yung Kobo is like, a cheaper version of Kindle. Yung
Kindle.
maglalagay ka ng mga books mo. And
Mm.
then, nung mga previous weeks, mention ko na, naglagay ako ng mga maraming books. Siguro umabot na almost 1,000, ganyan. Tapos
Okay.
yung last update ko is, ang dami ko na naman nilagay. Tapos wala pa ako nababasa ni isa. Alam mo ba, this week, gabi-gabi, wala akong iniintindi kundi maglagay-lagay lang na naman ng libro. Alam mo ba, binilang ko nasa almost 2,500 na yung libro ko. Wala pa rin ako nababasa ni isa, te. Sabi ko, kailan ko masisimulan? Tapos
Siguro,
ginawa ko, kanina bago tayo nag-meet, nagtingin-tingin na naman ako ng libro. Siguro naka 100 na naman ako, te. Sabi ko, hala, parang sakit na to.
mga free
Nangungulekta
books
lang
yan, di
ako.
ba?
Oo, mga free na
Uh,
e-books. Tapos ito pa, nagsa-search ako ng mga New York, ano yun? New
New
York
York.
Times bestseller.
Mm.
Every month. So lahat yun, kompleto ko na yung kay Stephen King, kay R.L. Stein, mga ganun. Sabi ko,
Agatha
hala, doon.
Christie.
Ayan, kompleto ko yan sa Agatha Christie, dai. Siguro yung mga libro niyo, mga
John
libro ko pa mga
Grisham, mga
100.
ganon.
Pati yung sa Harry Potter, lahat na nagka-movie, yung mga Hunger Games,
Okay,
Divergent,
game.
Maze Runner.
Buti may free
Dai,
books nun,
alam
free
mo ako pa
copy.
ba, dai? Kung ano-anong pinagagawa ko sa internet, makakuha na ng mga free. Pero wala
Laban
pa ako
din.
nabasa ng isa. Parang sabi ko napapagod na ako. Mapupuno na yung Kobo. Mapupuno na rin ako. Siguro
Alam mo,
mga 2 years bago ko makumpleto lahat basahin ko.
sabi ko nga, siguro mga 2,500 na libro. Siguro mga 2.5 years po rin siyang tatapusin.
Oo. Yun ay kung araw-araw ako magbabasa. Pag hindi, mga 1 decade.
Mga 3 libro sa isang araw.
Boy, alam mo ba dahil dyan, sinendan ko ng, di ba nauso yung Fear Street kay R.L. Stein, yung sa Netflix. So lahat ng
Mm.
libro niya, dinownload ko. Tapos, pinasa ko doon sa kapatid ko. Hala, si bakla. Sabi niya, gusto ko na din ng Kobo. Sabi ko, nako.
Hala,
wag ka pumasok sa journey na yan, hindi maganda. Hindi mo alam kung ano mga nangyari sa akin.
epidemya
Napupuyat
na rin ba?
ako. Oo, te. Kasi kunwari magbubukas ka ng isang libro, ang daming lalabas na recommended
Recommended,
titles.
oo.
Tapos bawat titles, iba-ibang author. Hanapin mo rin yung libro nilang lahat. Dahil parang ano, parang pyramid scheme. Hindi na
Eh,
natatapos.
yung mga suggested for you, mga ganyan.
Oo, matatapos lang siya kapag ayoko yung title, ayoko yung cover, ganyan. At ito pa, ang pinaka-scam sa lahat, kapag ang cover ay topless na Borta, die download lahat. May isa akong author, siguro 100 libro niya, te. Puro
Puro
ganon. Ay,
topless.
inubos ko yun, te. Inubos ko yun. Oo, tsaka kaloka.
Buti walang BL series sa mga
Ay, marami. Meron
nababasa.
nga akong
Ay,
mga ano eh,
meron!
adult erotica.
Ay, parang gusto ko rin
Kompleto ko yun.
mag-kobo.
Oh, die. Diyos ko. Alam mo, bigyan kita ng ano, copy. Grabe, te. Meron pa doon, ano, may, ano yan? Step Brother series. May mga ganun ako, die. Oo, kaya, ano yun? Daddy loves me. Mga ganun. Basta, ang dami. Dahil lahat ng genre may isip mo, meron ako, te. Sabi
Stepbrother,
ko sa'yo.
daddy, best friend.
Oo. Ay, te, from enemies to lovers, meron ako. Pati lahat ng sports, may football, may soccer, may basketball. Sabi ko sa'yo, Dai, meron pa Billionaire Daddy series. May mga ganun na ako.
O kaya
Ay, nako.
brother-in-law series.
Ay, Dai, lahat ng in-law meron ako, te. Sabi ko sa'yo, ayoko na siyang i-categorize ng ano yung LGBT, ano yung erotica, lahat nilagay ko na sa romance para pag magbabasa ako, parang
Ano, may,
stop! Gagano na lang ako. Tapos kung anong, saan tumuro, anong mabuk sa libro, yun yung babasahin ko, te.
akala ko lahat nilagay mo sa romance para pagka mo, may element of surprise. Magugulat ka na, ay, BL pala tong pinabasa ko.
True. At eto pa nakakaloka, te. Meron, yung Kobo, kapag ano siya, ini-sleep, ano mo, sleep mode, yung
Mm,
cover nung current book na binabasa mo,
yun
yun
lalabas.
yung magiging default pa habang naka-power saving siya. Dai, olay talaga yung mga topless, dai. Di talaga. Parang pag ginanon ko, yun yung cover. Sabi ko, ay, parang dito maganda in public basahin.
Kapag kahablot mo galing sa bag, pagka ganun mo. Ay,
Totoo,
topless.
at ang laki-laki ng title, parang, ano yun, 35 gay erotica short stories. Di ba? Tapos yun yung title ko, parang ano, o kaya yung mga ano, mga incest, mga ganyan, mga pinsan-pinsan.
Die!
Dahil meron.
Cancel.
Sabi ko parang ano ba, kung saan-saan na napunta ang genre. Kaya nga, nakaka-overwhelm ni isa, wala pa akong nababasa.
Hmm. Ganito, guys, tune in sa Pipoy's Kobo Journey sa season 2. Doon
Pero,
natin ma-uncover lahat kung ano yung mga nabasa na, ano yung mga backstory na.
eto pa, Day, dito ako natatakot. Nandoon pala ako sa mga English. Pag na-discover ko makahanap ng mga Tagalog na mga
Ay!
e-book, yung mga ano, yung mga
Ay!
ano, mga erotic at Tagalog, Day, katapusan ko na talaga, promise.
Baka daw yung mga 3,000 na yun nandun sa ano mo, Kobo mo.
Oo, meron na kasi ako dating binasa ang title niya, Nasibak ni Insan. Nasa Wattpad siya, te. Sabi ko, pag eto, nailagay ko doon sa e-book reader ko tako. Yan yung mga una kong bibigay na copy sa'yo, Day.
Wait lang, baka may app ang Kobo. Baka pwede ko naman i-download sa phone.
Actually, te, may app siya sa phone. Kaso nga
Ay.
lang, bibilin mo kasi yung libro eh. So maganda na bigay ko na lang yung copy sa iyo, basahin mo na lang siya sa ano, yung yung book app mo sa iPhone.
Sige,
Kasi ano
sige.
lang naman siya eh, parang PDF file lang.
PDF file lang. Pwede naman. Laban,
Laban
parang
talaga.
may nagagawa naman ako sa free time.
Yun lang naman ang mga eksena ko this week. Sana tapos na yung Kobo journey ko. Ikaw, te, what you doing?
For the past week, ayun, balik ako sa night shift ngayon kasi since last week kasi yun yung last training namin. And then yun nga, in-endorse na kami through each accounts na.
Ay,
So, ngayon, ang handle ko ngayon is pharmaceutical company sa US siya. So, for now, wala pang wala pa akong specific training kasi we're still waiting for the partner side. Kasi from US mismo ang magte-train sa akin. So,
Hmm.
Talagang training talaga siya. Pero ang mangyayari, parang isang bagsakan na one day training.
Ay,
Tapos, the next day live ka na.
ay,
Ganon.
olay. Pero,
Pero,
laban.
good thing naman dito, um, yung itong week na to, medyo light lang naman. So, since wala kaming ginagawa, so it's either maglalaro ako ng ML or mag-a-adjust ako ng another 1 hour ng lunch ko. Yan. Pero ano lang, crucial lang is yung gagawa ka ng mga end of day report, mga ganyan.
Hmm.
Tapos, meron pa kami yung tinatawag na weekly time tracker. So, which means,
Hmm.
for the whole week, kailangan i-track mo kung ano yung mga ginawa mo. Kunyari, kung umattend ka ba ng town hall, or may mga meetings,
Ah,
coachings, ganyan. And then, nakaset siya per time.
ay,
So, kailangan, kunyari, ilang hours ka nag-take ng training. So, ilang hours ka rin umattend ng huddle. Ilang hours ka
oo.
rin ilang hours yung mga training mo like Outlook training, tracker training,
Mm.
mga ganyan. So, that's for the weekly tracker. And then, i-compile mo siya for the whole
Laban.
week. Tapos, isasend siya sa finance kasi doon nila i-base kung tama ba yung 40 hours mo for the whole week.
Ah, okay. Mas ano
Ganun.
'yan, maganda. Medyo talagang transparent ano.
Mm. Pero minsan kasi, kunyari, pag may time, may part to na kunyari, sobrang haba ng idle time mo, questionable sa kanila yun.
Ah, so dapat may ginagawa ka kaya paano 'pag wala kang ginagawa talaga?
Ano ka, mag-take ka ng mga online trainings or depende.
Ay gano'n.
Pero pwede naman isama yung ano mo, yung yung mga tracker mo kasi ano din yun, part din ng ano yun, ano to?
Mm.
Yung reporting mo, pwede ilagay sa tracker. So, kaya naman,
Oh,
very light lang naman and nothing much to say for the whole week. And then yun nga, since
yeah.
I get to meet my new teammates and yun na nga, shameless plug na rin sa kanila about our podcast. So nakakatuwa. So parang ano naman nila na appreciate ko naman yung support nila sa sa podcast natin. So yun lang, nothing much, yun lang, so light lang naman siya. So yun. So there. So that's our what you doing segment.
Yan.
And let's proceed with our questions for the week. So as we always do, we ask questions to our social media friends and also to our
Mhm.
Oxbreak family about the question regarding our topic for today. So again,
Mhm.
the question is being different a bad thing? So
Hmm.
being a person, 'di ba? As a person, we have differences. Eh. We are different on our own ways, diba? So now, is being different a bad thing? Kasi most of the people right now are into being in the norm or being in
Hmm.
the kung ano yung uso ngayon. But then there are some people that they wanted to be different to others kasi yung uniqueness nila.
Hmm.
Diba? So yun. So we asked these questions and one of the friends who answered our question, one is Dean Janry Guzman. Sabi
Mhm.
niya, no. Na lang, no lang.
Galit. Galit na
Like,
galit naman siya.
like all caps to no. Ikaw.
Siguro
That.
ano, yung emphasis niya lang ng no, yun yung na-get ko kasi, um, hindi naman masama eh ang maging different. Ang masama is um, using your uniqueness to do bad things.
Mm,
Kasi
tama.
being different doesn't always necessarily mean na you are doing something wrong.
Mhm.
Parang you are actually making an identity for yourself.
Mm,
Mostly yung mga ganitong question, tinatakal yung topic na talent, ganyan,
mhm,
o kaya creative, creative outputs, ganyan.
mhm,
Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na masama ka unless gagawin mo siyang masama. Kasi siguro kaya talagang no yung ano niya. Kasi parang
mhm.
may naalala siya sa personal yung buhay. No,
Hmm.
gano'n.
Hmm. Or probably he's trying to say let's say if you're going to talk to him in person like no, parang ganun siya. Is being
Mm.
different a bad thing? No. Diba? Um but by the way, the reason as to why I posted this kind of questions because um I watched a TikTok video wherein there there was or there is an American English tutor that he highlighted that some of there are parang more on language tutor kasi siya.
Hmm,
So
mm.
parang hinighlight kasi na doon na these are the following mispronounced words by Filipinos. Diba?
Is that the bearded guy
Oh, the
with
bearded guy.
yung may girlfriend na taga
Tingnan.
Thailand?
I'm not sure pero part
Pero
of that
siya yung ano 'no, yung bearded guy.
bearded guy kasi part of that lang yun na ano kasi Twitch lang siya. So,
Hmm,
'di ba 'pag Twitch 'di ba parang one video and then yung content creator na mismo
hmm.
yung mag-aano. And then this guy which is the content creator na parang it's more of like calling him out na um are you saying that because of our accent yung
Hmm,
kasi yung the way we speak
hmm,
parang he's trying to say is it doesn't matter what accent you are kasi kunyari in English it says there we can say water pero
hmm,
pag sa Pinoy water, 'di ba?
mm.
It it has the same meaning but the speaker itself is
Hmm.
different. So probably the other one who says water is more parang mas ano siya sa English and then the one says like water yung
Parang mas comfortable siya sa yun kung paano niya
native.
sinasabi gano'n.
Hmm.
Parang street accent ba?
Street
Ganun
accent
ba?
or
Oo.
tama street accent mga ganun. So parang kinall out niya doon na it's not because of our accent na nagkakaroon ng parang ibang meaning yung word. Kasi when
Mm.
you say water and water, it's just the same, 'di ba?
Oo.
Here in the Philippines, we have different culture and at the same time different dialects. And um me back in the days when I was doing the training for product specific when I was a trainer, I can see yung agent if that agent would having a difficult time speaking in English and
Mm.
but that person really tries to do his or
Hmm.
her effort to speak in English. It's more of like how they deliver the sentence. But then
Yeah.
meron kasi tayong tinatawag na mother tongue influence when it comes to speaking in English. Kasi, syempre,
Hmm.
andun pa rin yung ano eh, yung first language influence mo eh. Hindi pa rin mawawala yun. So, yun lang.
Alam mo, fun fact lang dun sa guy na yun, kasi
Mm.
I followed his story kung bakit siya nag-trend and I'm not making any accusations or whatnot. Pero this guy is actually found to be racist because
Oh.
prior doon sa issue niya about Pinoy baiting, using any topics about the Philippines just to earn views and
Mm.
clicks. He is trying. He actually used the N word in a previous video, and he tried to delete that. Parang alam mo yon, parang gusto niyang i-normalize yung mga ganyan. Tapos he is using his girlfriend na Thai as an excuse na parang not racist. Di ako racist dun sa Asians kasi I have a Thai girlfriend.
Mm.
Ganyan. And he actually he made a comeback I didn't know, not a comeback, like a clapback video na ano, na parang being sarcastic doon sa mga nambabash sa kanya. Kaya ako, parang um, hindi ko makita yung yung parang purpose niya kung bakit niya ginawa yung video. Siguro para alam mo yun, siguro pag-usapan, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi ang daming lumabas na mga nagsistitch ng video na kasi sabi hindi naman masama yun nga yung sinabi mo yung about sa accent kasi technically iisa lang naman yung ibig sabihin nun.
Mhm.
Parang
Exactly.
nasa parang you are not expected to expect everyone to have, like Native American accent kasi
Mhm.
hindi naman yun yung first language. And
Exactly.
'di ba, ang daming mga taong bilingual, multilingual, and who knows kung isang language ang alam niya, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Tsaka kahit naman magkakaiba yung pronunciation mo dahil sa accent mo, hindi mo ibig sabihin nun is mali ka. 'Di ba? Parang ewan ko, di ko masyadong um di sa ano uneducational yung video niya, pero
Mhm.
hindi ko makita yung purpose kung bakit niya ilalabas yon kung maayos yung intention niya. Gusto niya lang mag-strike siguro ng ng conversation, or he's using it for clout.
Mhm.
Kasi hanggang ngayon tuloy-tuloy siya sa mga ganyang problematic videos.
Actually, what he just said before the stitch happened, or the video got stitched by the other content creator, was may disclosure siya na this is not against to any Filipino people, but I also have Filipino students who really appreciate my teaching, or my tutorials regarding speaking in English, or in English pronunciation. Well, thank you for that. We appreciate you.
Mm.
With all of the efforts teaching those students, teaching English pronunciation. But then,
Mm.
medyo off kasi yung your
Yung
ano to,
approach eh.
yung approach, kasi you're saying na these are the common Philippi, or are the common words that Filipinos are mispronounced. We can just say in general that these are the common words that are mispronounced by everyone in general, but
Oh.
you are
Tsaka
saying directly to Filipinos.
pwede siguro what could have been a better topic is words that Filipinos are parang di ko masabi in English eh.
Mm.
Pero yung mga words na sinasabi ng mga Filipinos na dalawa ang meaning pag sa accent natin. Alam
Oh,
mo
tama,
yon?
tama.
Kasi may mga ganun eh na kailangan mong sabihin ng maayos na accent para malaman ko anong ibig mong sabihin.
Mhm.
Pwedeng yun, yung
Mhm.
topic niya. Pero instead, medyo general yung ano niya na. Kasi yung mga example niya pa, parang, ano ba? Parang alam mo yun, ang ano lang, ang babaw. Walang,
Mhm.
walang ano, parang walang maayos na research, ganyan. Kaya talagang nag-viral siya ng sobra. At yung mga nag-ano sa kanya, ng stage, is yung mga Filipino na hina-highlight na bakit ano ganito ganyan. Bakit parang cherry pick mo yung
Tama,
mga
tama.
words, 'di ba?
Mm. And then nga again, being a Filipino, we are proud to be a Filipino. And being a Filipino does have a lot of big difference when it comes to Asian countries, and at the same time for the whole
Mm.
wild world, 'di ba? Kumbaga, Filipinos just have this distinguishable culture wherein we're really hospitable to other people, family oriented and whatnot. And aside from that, being just a Filipino, there's still another difference from being a Filipino. Like your Ilonggo or your Tagalog.
Mm.
We're also mix of the culture kasi, 'di ba? And that
Totoo.
also brings us with our own differences depending on the province you came from, or where did you study, or from what school you studied, um, or kung saan ka pinanganak. Sometimes, 'di ba, pag kunyari sa loob ka ng subdivision lumaki, 'di ba? Medyo ano ka, 'di ba? Yung parang yung mga yayaman din na medyo ma-English yung mga kids. But then, pag yung kinasanayan mong environment nung lumaki ka is either sa kalye or sa ano, andun din yung yung upbringing na parang medyo siga ka, ganyan, or trash talker ka kung tutuusin. Or let me just say that.
Mm.
Or sa province ka lumaki, 'di ba? People from the province tend to be so humble and so sobrang mabait, 'di ba? So yun, those kinds of thoughts that also, gives us differences, eh, 'di ba? So ang daming scope ng about being different talaga. So yun.
True.
Sige, so we'll talk about more in a bit. So like let's move on with our next response. Sabi niya dito from Nikki Jean Guanlao, sabi niya na or no. It's just means you truly have a trait that stands out. Good or bad is subjective, varies per situation. Ikaw.
Hmm. Yeah. Parang it's kind of similar to our explanation the previous question. Kasi uh, at early age we are really trying our best to blend in
Mhm.
because ano eh, the more na iba tayo ano, lagi parang feeling natin may mali sa atin, the more na mas litaw tayo, the more na pwede tayong i-bully, ganyan.
Mhm.
Which is, dapat yun yung kinokorek at early age. Kasi having a very distinct quality na angat doon sa iba is something na dapat kina-highlight natin
Mhm.
para mas parang nai-improve natin during our adolescent years, and then pwede nating magamit din sa career para hindi tayo nakukulong sa isang kahon na dapat engineer ka, dapat ganito ka, ganyan, na parang you can be both at the same time without sacrificing without having to choose kung ano yung mas mahalaga, 'di
Mhm.
ba? Parang being different should not isolate you
Mhm.
because you think you might be bad in the eyes of others.
Mhm.
Dapat mas ina-highlight natin na ito yung parang mas naging kaya bakit ako interesting, kasi nagagawa ko 'to,
Mhm.
ganyan, ganyan at nase-share mo sa iba. Ayun,
Mhm.
yun feel ko yun din yung gustong i-point out nung ating um, listener na nag-comment.
Mhm. Tama naman. I mean, when it comes to like yung uh, being good or bad thing when it comes to
Hmm.
our differences, I guess the bad thing would be, this is just only my opinion, is that when to tend to overthink ourselves that
Hmm.
iba ako sa kanila.
True.
Yun nga yung sinabi mo kanina na yung that boils down to isolating ourselves na parang ayoko nang makisama sa kanila kasi di naman ako nagfi-fit sa kung anong meron sila. Sometimes there are people tends to think na dapat maki-join ako sa kanila kasi ito yung trend, 'di ba?
Mm.
Medyo
Kasi parang
nakakalungkot.
alam mo yung thinking kasi na buhay na buhay pa rin yung peer pressure,
Mhm.
tumanda ka man o hindi. Kasi parang the more na hindi mo gawin 'to o may gawin kang iba, different ka, and dapat hindi ka na parang parang yung feeling ng hindi ka belong, yun yung nagho-hold back
Mhm.
sa atin. Iniisip natin na may sasabihin kasi silang hindi maganda eh. So feeling ko mas bad 'to kasi hindi ginagawa ng iba, hindi siya normal. Ako
Mhm.
lang gumagawa. Which is dapat inaalis natin yung ganong mentality kasi parang nagiging hindrance tayo
Mhm.
sa sarili natin para ma-unlock yung ating full potential.
Mhm. Tama, tama. And also that calls out yung ating inferiority complex sa or when it comes to our
Hmm,
mental health kasi we tend to think na we're inferior, eh. Mas naliliit tayo minsan pag hindi tayo on trend, 'di ba?
true.
There are some
Oo,
kind of people na pag hindi sila on trend, they seem to think to themselves na uh, naliliitan sila ng loob kasi nga
totoo.
hindi ako makasabay sa uso or hindi ko magets kung ano man yung pinag-uusapan ng mga friends ko like if they're into anime or stuff
Mm.
like that. Kasi when I was a kid kasi hindi talaga ako pinapanood ni mama ng any anime because my mom is really strict when it comes to our academics before them. So no cartoons, no animes and all of that. So when I grew up, sabi ko nga, I have a rough childhood din kasi nga sobrang sick ng parents ko. And then whenever friends around me will talk about like animes and stuff like that, I can't get in. Kasi hindi ko alam kung ano yung pinagsasabi nila. Like, I can get like a gist of that, of like an idea of anime and stuff like that. Pero doon ko na-feel yung inferiority complex ko na ay di ako makaano, parang na-off na ako. Parang
Hmm,
na-out of place na ako kumbaga.
mm.
Uh, I guess with that kind of thing na medyo nandoon yung parang naging bad thing when it comes to difference. But then
Yeah.
one of the good things when it comes to being different is you stand out. You have this
Mhm.
yun nga sa drag race, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Diba?
Hmm.
Diba? So,
Kasi parang we are born not to fit in, but to stand out and make a name for
exactly.
ourselves, di ba?
And I guess with the LGBT community, us being different to the heteros, that calls out like more of the organizations. We stand out, we speak out of what
Mm.
we believed in. So we appreciate those kinds of people who are really bold enough to stand out and speak about the difference we have being
Yeah.
included with the LGBT community. So that's one of the examples. Even the black people in the US, they have the Black Lives Matter movement, which is being different as a black person or a black American. They stand out because they have this movement that they have this what do you call this, yung karapatan nila bilang tao, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
that's one of the good things. So yun. So yeah, yung being brave enough of being different, it's really napaka outstanding yun to among all of those normal things that we're doing right now. So yun. So next answer would be from Red de Guzman. Sabi niya, it's a big no. Sometimes being different is kind of choosing what's good for you and also taking care of your mental health. I agree.
Yeah. Actually, that's what this topic is all about.
Mm,
Choosing yourself and choosing to be different in spite na kung ano yung sinasabi ng norm. Kasi being different doesn't always necessarily mean na you're doing the bad thing. You're just doing what you actually love, and being different is not an issue. Kasi 'di ba, hindi katulad dati, ngayon meron na tayong access sa social media, which means we could easily identify what's good, what is bad, what is toxic, what is not,
mm,
o kaya what is fake news, tsaka kung ano yung legit.
mm,
So, dahil doon, we've learned to acknowledge na being different is actually a good thing. It makes you stand out,
mm,
and you are being uh, accepting sa sarili mo. Kasi pili-pili mo yung mental health mo. What's good for you is what you choose. And
mm,
then, regardless sa kung ano sabihin nila, okay lang kasi it makes you happy. Siguro kasi, parang the most suffocating thing that you can do is yung ano hindi mo tanggapin kung ano yung meron ka sa isang environment na sinasabing dapat ganito ka, dapat ganito.
mm. Tama.
Kasi at the end of the day, you're not doing it for for everyone else. You're doing it for yourself. At
Mm,
in that process, you are doing your mental health a big favor by
exactly.
choosing to stand out and
Tama.
not to blend in with everyone else. I'm
Mm,
not saying that blending in is a bad thing. Blending in is also a good thing, but uh, standing out is actually much better because you choose yourself. You're doing your mental health a favor,
mm,
and you are accepting that whatever trait you have that makes you different is actually making you be a better person. You're not doing it for for anyone. You're doing it for yourself.
Tama,
Parang
tama.
ganon.
I truly agree with what you said there. Kasi I remember when we talked about weirdest and wildest dream. So when we tend to ask our when we ask our audience or listeners as to what will be their weirdest dream, and someone mentioned about being an embalsamador. When it
Mm-mm.
comes to dreams kasi, 'di ba, or uh, to become in the future, kasi andun din yung peer pressure nga naman, yung tama ka na sinabi mo about peer pressure. Kasi sometimes the the thinking of kunyari yung mga friends mo back in high school, they are going to a different school, let's say in a private school, and then ikaw sa state college ka lang. 'Di ba? Andun din yung peer pressure, and andun din yung difference kasi. And
Mm.
sometimes, you know, sa college naman, kunyari, yung mga friends mo kukuha ng nursing or ikaw
Mm.
magti-teacher ka. But then, most of your or majority of your friends will go out to doing nursing, but then ikaw, mag-isa ka lang magti-teacher. And that has an impact when it comes to your mental health, because you're pressuring yourself as to what you will become in the future. 'Di ba? Kasi what lies on your future is what you will be what you will become through uh, your college years, 'di ba? Kasi
Mm.
if you pressure to yourself na magna-nursing ka but you wanted to teach kids, 'di ba? Parang labag sa loob mo, 'di ba?
True.
'Di ba? And yun nga, sabi nga dito, it's more of like taking care of yourself. So sometimes yun nga, be blending with others, it's not a bad thing, tama ka naman doon. But then you need to put yourself first in every situation if it's beneficial for you.
Mm.
Kasi hindi pwede na papasok ka sa isang situation wherein lots of your friends are in there pero hindi mo gusto. I mean, you need to choose. It's either you please your friends or you take care of yourself, 'di ba? And
Totoo
again,
yan.
yung sinabi mo rin kanina na it's not because you're doing a different thing, it's because you're not pleasing everyone. Actually,
Mm.
some of the people would also be pleased to see you doing differently because this is what you love. This is your passion, 'di ba?
Totoo.
Mas mabibilib pa sila sa'yo.
Totoo. Actually, in my observation, most of the people na laging like ina-outcast for being different are not
Mm.
just a member of our community. Those who are more in touch with their artistic side. For example, you're into fashion, you're into
Mm.
very particular and different style of clothing. For others na hindi yun yung normal sa kanila, i-outcast ka for being different kasi nakaka-intimidate sa kanila na parang you're doing that. That's wrong. Hindi yan yung normal. Pero kasi hindi yun dapat yung nag-hold back sa atin para ano yung artistic side. Kasi just because gumawa ka ng something different and something artistic doesn't mean uh, agree lahat ng mga tao. May mga disagree, pero as long as you're not doing anything na masama,
Mm.
you're just in touch with your artistic side, and that should not stop you doing more. Ba
Mm.
kunwari yung mga mahilig sa yung ang tawag doon sa mga pagpipaint ganyan, o
Mm.
kaya yung mga guys na into ballet, 'di ba?
Or
Parang hindi
even
daw nakaka-masculine, yung mga
mm,
ganon, 'di ba?
even you yourself having a tattoo is also a different thing. Kasi,
Totoo kasi 'di ba very taboo yung thinking na pag may tattoo ano yan, kriminal, madumi,
'di
dirty,
ba?
mabaho. Laging gano'n. Parang ano kasi, parang yun yung mga taong nagsasabi ng gano'n. Sila yung mga taong bukod sa hindi nakakaintindi kung ano yung process mo, kung bakit mo siya ginawa. Sila yung mga tipong puwedeng at the back of their mind gusto nila pero sila yung actually takot na mahusgahan ng ibang tao.
Nagho-hold
Kaya
on sa kanila.
ang outlet nila is ikaw ang husgahan kasi hindi nila kaya gawin yun sa sarili nila, 'di
Tama.
ba?
Tama.
Gano'n.
Kasi ano eh, they can't express themselves kasi they are restricted by their own thoughts na ano nga
Totoo,
sasabihin ng ibang tao pag ginawa ko 'to.
totoo.
Hmm. Kasi
Actually, 'di ba,
hmm,
yung mga taong, may insecurity,
hmm,
tinitira nila yung mga taong gumagawa ng mga bagay na kinai-insecure nila, gusto lang gawin pero meron silang, fear sa sarili nila.
tama.
Gano'n, eh, parang it's a type of ano, eh, defense mechanism, eh.
Mhm.
Kaya alam mo 'yun, yung parang 'di ka magalit sa taong 'yun, pero siya yung target mo kasi ito yung bagay nakikita mo sa kanya yung reflection ng bagay na gusto mong gawin pero 'di mo magawa, 'di
'Di ba?
ba?
Yun eh. Ano, being different is more of like your self-expression or you're expressing yourself as who you are. And yun
Mm.
nga, in the artistic way, there's a lot of things that we are different. Like for the style of clothing, sabi nga ni Pipoy, mine is having a
Hmm.
tattoo, diba? Expressing our bodies and our style, diba? So,
Mm.
yun nga. So, no, you know, we have a lot of things to be that we are different from. But then sometimes being different also unites us as well, diba? Kasi um, even though it's different, but others would see that really interesting and sometimes may nagkakaroon ng collaborations,
Mm.
diba?
Yeah.
So
Wide
next would
open.
be kay Mark Amonoy. Sabi niya, depends on the person asking how he or she describes the word different.
Ah. 'Di niya man lang dinescribe kung anong parang different para sa kanya. Dapat din-include niya 'yun.
Ayun nga eh. Wait lang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So parang what he's trying to say here is, di ba nga question natin, is being different a bad thing? So it really
Case to
depends
case.
as case-to-case basis kasi it really depends to the person who's going to answer it. If you conclude from
Ah.
that person that the way he talks or the way she or he tells you their story, it's up to you. Kumbaga, parang ang ano doon
Hmm.
is, it's up to you if you're going to conclude it as a bad thing or a good thing.
Parang ano, eh, if it's harmful actually may perfect example ako diyan.
Hmm.
Ah, merong, TV series na ano siya, anti-hero. Ibig sabihin protagonist is also the antagonist.
Mm.
Masama siya, pero siya yung bida. Yung Dexter, parang yung Dexter, si Dexter kasi is a blood spatter analyst sa isang crime scene. So
Mm.
tinitingnan niya kung paano yung bawat talsik ng dugo, kung paano nangyari yung krimen.
Mm.
Sa law siya. Parang hindi, parang part siya ng law in the daytime, pero at sa gabi serial killer siya.
Mm, okay.
That yun yung interesting doon. Pero hindi siya pumapatay ng kahit sinong tao. Kung ang pinapatay niya ay mga deserve mamatay like serial killers. Yun yung
Mm.
pinapatay niya. So parang kung ilalagay natin yung tanong na is being different a bad thing, depende doon sa tao
Tao.
na kinakausap. Kung ang pagiging different mo is very harmful doon sa iba pero nakikita mo as normal sa iyo, maybe you need to question yourself. Kasi
Exactly.
kung 'di ba kung pagiging different is ikaw sa iyo lang nagbe-benefit, ibig
Mm.
sabihin nun parang baka hindi align yung pagkakaintindi mo ng pagiging different.
Different.
Kasi sa mga tao like siguro serial killers, normal sa kanila yun eh. Hindi nila nakikita as something na mali.
Mm.
Parang kunwari sa isang taong baliw, 'di ba?
Mm.
Hindi nila nakikita yung sarili nilang baliw sila. Sa kanila, sila yung normal, tayo yung baliw. May kanya-kanya tayong perception ng reality ng pagiging normal. And if your reality is not aligned, yung kung tipong harmful ka sa others, that's the
Mm.
time you question yourself that you're being different is actually a bad thing. If it's
Mm.
beneficial to you pero you're harming others, yeah, siguro kailangan mo so kaya siguro ang ganda ng sagot niya na depende do sa taong nagtatanong, 'di
Tama.
ba?
Mm. I agree with what you said na ano eh, if you being different to other or to other people would have a negative effect to your surrounding, and might as well you need to consult other people for that
Mm.
and ask yourself if you're still doing the right thing. So sabi dito, isa pa, one last response na lang is from
Mm.
Cha. Sabi niya dito, definitely not a bad thing. It is not a good thing either. Being different is a challenge dun sa person and to people na nakapaligid sa kanya. Pero it's also
Mm.
a chance for people to on how to face and accept realities of differences.
Hmm,
Tama.
tama. Actually, sinabi niya na eh. Parang
Mm.
siguro ano, bad thing lang ang pagiging different sa mga taong kriminal. Kailangan nila not to stand out, but to blend in.
To blend in.
Para hindi
To
sila mahuli.
Oo
'Di
nga
ba?
naman.
Parang yun lang yung opposite eh. So mamili ka alin ka sa
Ika.
society, 'di ba?
Doon ka sa negative or sa ano,
True.
sa good side. Yeah, I do agree with at the mentioned here na sabi niya dito, it is also a chance for people on how to face and accept realities of differences.
Mm,
Kasi yun nga 'di ba? We have our own differences and we are different in our own ways. And it's up to the people around us on how are they going to accept us as who we are, 'di ba?
true.
Like dito sa atin na you know, an example would be a son coming out as gay to the family, 'di
Mm.
ba? Medyo mahirap 'yun. But then it's up to the family and how they're going to accept it, yung ganong situation. Or even us, being the LGBT community, on how the society will accept us as us holistically na walang blemish ng kahit anong negative thoughts about being gay or being bisexual or being lesbian or whatnot or as a part of the LGBT community. So I guess
Yeah.
that's a better example with what Ate Cha says about that. Kasi yun nga eh, if you encounter something different, try to analyze or try to, I guess, you read
Mm.
the body language, or try to think
Mm.
of how this parang pag-aralan mo, 'di ba?
Mm.
And then come to think of ways of how are you going to do the acceptance, or if it's not, and then let it be.
Mm. Yeah. Tsaka ano, on a positive note na din, parang if you feel that it is not the right time for you to be different because you don't feel safe, don't need to force it. Kasi same as
Tama.
like, coming out, if you're pag yung puso mo hindi buo doon sa
Mm,
gagawin mo, and then you end up like doing bad, magkakaroon yun ng impression sa'yo na parang I should never try again kasi ganito yung nangyari. So, never force yourself. If it's not your time, you don't feel na ayoko na maging different ngayon kasi parang may kulang,
mm,
it's okay to pause. But
mm,
di maibig sabihin nun you're not gonna do it eh. You're
mm.
still gonna do it but on your time, on your own pace. Yun.
Tama naman. Well, even a caterpillar takes time to become a butterfly, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
'Di ba? So, hindi naman yung caterpillar biglang magkakaroon agad ng pakpak and then maging butterfly siya after a day. So, it takes a lot of time for that kind of process or that metamorphosis process for that caterpillar to be a butterfly. And also the same thing as coming out to our friends or family. Maybe it's hard for now, but take a small step at a time. And if you
Mm.
see yourself being brave enough to come out to your friends or to your family, and then let it be. And then this is also a test as well of how are they going to respond, and at the same time, the acceptance from the other side of of the table of
Yeah,
how are they going to see you as you talaga. So yeah. And it's
totoo
not
yan.
just about like coming out like as gay or being a lesbian or whatnot, but coming
Mm.
out of
At
having a
na
different love. Like I uh gusto ko parang you're
Like a
you're
different version of you, parang gano'n,
exactly,
no?
you're stepping out from the norm, kumbaga.
Mm.
'Di ba? Huwag kang
Totoo.
ayun nga, parang like in fashion, 'di ba? You used to wear like, yung pang preppy, but you're now into like, sobrang trendy, or let's say if you're
Mm.
changing yourself into like a rocker, emo, something like that. So, like maybe
True.
it's may take a little bit of time. Where can ayun, ikaw people.
Ako naman, parang as long as you're doing it for yourself, as long as you feel that it's gonna be good for your mental health, do it but don't rush it.
Okay.
Kasi ano if you're uh, if standing out is your if you want to stand out rather, and then your goal is to please others, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Mhm. Tama.
Kasi if your expectations are not met, you end up disappointing yourself. And then instead na ma-unlock mo yung full potential mo, you ended up, putting it in a shelf and then try a different thing that might not be good for you.
Mhm.
Tapos wala ka ng curiosity na what if balikan ko to, kasi nandoon yung fear, nandoon yung hesitation. Kunwari, gusto mong kunwari sa akin, gusto kong pumayat.
Mhm.
Ganyan. Pero hindi buo yung motivation ko for it. Ang motivation ko, gusto ko pumayat kasi para mapansin ako ng mga tao, ganyan, ganyan, para magka-joke ako.
Mm.
Kung yun yung ang motivation ko, hindi para sa sarili ko, para sa health ko, I'm doing it for the wrong reason. Kasi what if pumayat ako,
Mm.
makuha ko yung gusto kong figure, and then wala naman nagbago, ganun din.
Mm.
I end up disappointing myself, para feeling ko winaste ko lang yung effort ko, ganyan,
Mm.
ganyan.
Tama.
So, uh, be different but do it for the right reasons.
Mm.
Ayan.
Tama, tama, tama. So there. So that I mean those are our
Mm.
answers or responses from our um social media friends regarding our topic for this week. Well, we're not gonna take too much of your time, so
Mm.
I guess we're going to wrap this up na. Okay. Any insights, people?
Always love yourself. Kasi at the end of the day, no one's gonna love you back but yourself. Diba? Syempre, uh, nandiyan naman si God eh. He always love us.
Mm.
Pero at the end of the day, we also need to have this love for ourselves.
Mm.
Kasi
Tama.
doon lalabas ng kung sa lahat. At kapag feeling mo ginagaslight mo na yung sarili mo, ganyan,
Mm.
it's okay to pause. Wala naman tayong hinahabol na deadline. Lahat tayo ay may kanya-kanyang metamorphosis. Katulad nga ng sinabi ni Chaps. Lahat tayo may sariling time. Wala naman talagang, time is an illusion. 'Di ba?
Mm.
Tayo ang gumawa ng concept ng time.
Mm.
Hindi ibig sabihin na hindi mo nagawa to, hindi mo na magagawa ulit. Hindi ibig sabihin, itong ginawa mo, itong in-explore mo, na hindi naman bad thing, na hindi nag-work, is hindi mag-work sa'yo in the future. Laging may perfect time, and it's okay to try new things. Kasi
Mm.
doon mo madidiscover kung saan ka magaling, saan ka masaya, and pwede mo ring maging career, 'di ba? Kasi if
Mm.
you do something what you love, you will feel that you're working every day.
Mm.
Ganon.
Tama, tama, tama.
Ikaw, anong mo, takeaway?
My takeaways are first is being different is more of expressing yourself, 'di ba? And at the same time, yung self-love. Kasi first of all, you need to love yourself. Express your love to yourself, and that brings out yung expression mo to other people of how different you
Ah,
are, 'di ba? Yung passion mo, yung or if you're doing what you love, 'di ba? And at the same
mm,
time, as you mentioned earlier, being different, it's not a bad thing. So if you can't blend into other people, that's fine. Kasi
mm,
that will show uniqueness as you are. And at the same
yeah,
time, it doesn't matter if you blend to other people or if you can't, as long as you know what you're doing, and at the same time you're not harming other people. of being different,
Hmm.
and then we're good with that. And also, yun nga, so for those people who are trying to explore things, or if they're trying to come out as who they are, as we mentioned, keep trying, and at the same time, take your time. Kasi yun nga, as we mentioned, even caterpillars have their own process of growing and becoming as a butterfly, diba?
Yeah.
So ayun. So that's it. So that's our
Hmm.
episode 50. Nakakatuwa kasi we're ending up our season 1 with um
Oo.
with impactful episode.
Totoo.
Kasi
Pero very inspiring message, 'di
mm,
ba?
kasi ano, this is one of the topics that are not being discussed actually.
Hmm.
If I notice ha, kasi a lot of things are being discussed, like the pandemic itself, mental health
Hmm.
issues and whatnot. But then being different, or like difference would be part of a mental health issue. But then you know we
Hmm.
want to encourage other people to step out of their comfort zone and be who they are.
Yeah. Tsaka ano eh, this topic is siguro actually pinag-usapan namin 'to ng kapatid ko kagabi.
Mm.
Parang sabi ko, parang may mali sa'kin lahat ng ginagawa ko parang hindi nagwo-work. Kasi I'm trying to do things na ginagawa ng iba. Parang gusto ko gawin 'to, gusto ko gawin yung trend na 'to. Katulad 'di ba eto i-share ko na din. May yung sa about sa insecurity ko, 'di ba? Dapat nag-live ako. Kasi parang
Mm.
gusto ko mag-get in touch dun sa dating ako. Kasi ako nagko-compete talaga ako sa mga singing
Sing
contest. Yun yung
contest.
reason ba't ako nakapag high school dun kasi naging scholar ako
Mm.
dahil dun sa singing contest. Dapat di ako makakapag-aral nun, ganun. Parang parang along the way, di na ako in touch doon sa pagkanta ko. Tas yun pa, nag-yossi ako, ganyan. So, wala akong practice. Nitong pandemic yung na-realize na, wala, di na ako parang para na akong kumakanta lang sa video, okay. Parang doing something I love, na takot na takot ako dati ma-judge kasi perform ka ganyan. Trinay ko mag-get in touch, sarili ko, nag-live ako, and then I've realized na, akala ko ito yung kukumpleto sa akin. Akala ko magiging happy ako kapag perform ako live sa doon sa Facebook.
Mm.
Para kaya hindi naman bad thing na i-stop ko na siya. Pero yun kasi yung waking moment ko na may waking moment, moment ko na ayoko pala gawin to, ayoko pala kumanta. Kung kakanta ko, gusto ko gawin ko para sa sarili ko. Ayoko kumanta sa ibang tao. I-forcing myself to perform para lang maibalik ko yung fire. It should come from within.
Mm.
Parang yun yung iniisip ko kagabi bago, parang iniisip ko anong sasabihin ko bukas sa topic namin ni Japet. Sabihin ko ba to? Parang ako natatakot ako kung i-open ko to or hindi. Pero since ang ganda nung pagra-wrap up natin ng season na to, siguro yon parang na-realize ko na hindi ko dapat pinipilit yung sarili ko. Para ang pangit ng analogy yung sasabihin ko, pero kasi para siya utot. If you force it, siguro tayo yon. It's crap pag pinilit
Mm.
mo. 'Di
Mm.
ba?
Tama naman.
Hayaan mong kusa mo na lang maramdaman. Tsaka pag pinipilit
Mag-unfold.
mo yung sarili mo, parang inoobliga mo gawin isang bagay, hindi na siya nagiging magical experience for you.
Tama, tama.
Parang ginagawa mo siya kasi naoobliga ka, which
Mm.
is parang pangit. Parang kamumuhian mo yon, yung something that you usually kamumuhian mo hanggang sa hindi mo na gawin, 'di ba? Kasi
Mm.
sabi ko, parang kakanta lang ako para siguro sa sarili o kaya para sa mga taong importante sa akin, ganyan. Pero I should
Mm.
not be doing it just to please others. Kasi
Mm.
ito figure nagiging tito na ako, te. Parang naiinggit ako sa mga tao nagvo-viral sa TikTok. Sa totoo lang. Yung parang feeling ko tuloy trying hard ako. Parang gusto ko gawin yung mga ganito, ganito. Pero natatakot ako sa sabihin ng ibang tao. Kasi lahat sila ginagawa yung same thing. Kailangan ko gumawa ng something na mag-stand out tapos ako yung mag-trend. Pinaisip ko, kung ito hindi ko ma-handle sa sarili ko, hindi to healthy for me. Pilitin ko yung sarili ko. So, ayun, mas parang okay ako sa ganito na nag-uusap tayo, yung
Mm.
ganyan, sharing of insights. Para nahanap ko kung ano yung ko.
Mm.
Kung saan ako magiging beneficial and beneficial din for me at the same time.
Mhm.
Ayun lang, shinare ko lang.
Well, actually, nung nakita kita na magla-live ka, natuwa ako, sabi ko, hala, si Pipoy kakanta ulit. Sabi ko, hala, ano, I can hear again yung boses ni Pipoy kasi grabe, if for everyone who's listening to this podcast, you know, if you would like to hear Pipoy sing, you can check his personal account
Bakla naman,
sa
parang ano 'to,
Facebook. Tune into his account anytime na magla-live siya, so
yeah,
kumakanta siya. So
hide ko
every
na yun.
night. Sabay binlock lahat, no?
Oo.
Pero yun nga. So ako naman siguro din, it's also this is a great avenue for me to express myself as well. Kasi before then, siguro after me being a trainer, so parang na-miss ko yung pag-speak sa madaming tao. So parang doon ako na-hook
Mm.
when it comes to public speaking na. So but then I don't have the
Totoo.
guts of doing that kasi baka mapahiya lang ako pag nag-share ako or if I'll do public speaking in a live people. But
Mm.
then this podcast it gives me yung bravery of doing the podcast and share my own thoughts about these
Mm.
kinds of topics. And this is really helpful for me because I can tell other people of what I can say about this kind of topic, and at the same time I can exercise my ability of speaking din. Ganun siya
Mm.
for me. So yun din sabi ko before we end this, I really appreciate you people being my partner here sa podcast kasi I mean kasi wishful thinking to dati eh. Nasabi ko gusto ko
Totoo, totoo,
mag-podcast,
Day.
'di ba? Parang when I hear Ian Camagnaye, when I hear Justin Quirino, when I hear sino ba, JC Teves speaking
Mm.
to their podcast or even in Spotify or in radio or live in FB, na-inspire ako. So, why not you know,
Mm.
uh, follow your guts, chaps, and then try to
True.
do podcast. And then nag-uusap lang kami ni people. We were like planning
Totoo.
as to what can we do. And then all of a sudden, this Oxbreak
Totoo.
podcast.
Alam mo, if I can remember, sabi mo sa akin no'n, "Dad, alam mo gusto ko na mag-podcast." Ako din. "O sige
Tara.
bukas." Alam mo 'yun?
Parang nag-usap lang kami one day. The next day,
Totoo.
meron na.
Totoo
Pero,
kasi ano, habang nandun yung,
yung
yung
fire.
fire, 'di
Mm-mm.
ba? At habang spontaneous tayong dalawa, parang there's no room for for second thoughts,
Mm-mm.
dun sa
Go!
doubt. Well, di na kasi feeling ko kung nagkaroon tayo ng doubt, pinag-isipan pa natin overnight, baka
Mm,
nag-hesitate tayo, hindi nangyari ito, eh.
yun nga.
Pero 'di ba?
Pero
Wala lang,
sobrang
ang bongga lang.
thankful kasi two former call center agent na
Yes,
bakla ang nagsama sa isang podcast. And this is
totoo.
really fun. Kasi we get to give our insights and thoughts about the topics that we have.
Mm.
And as we promised, we will keep the fun and learning for our season 2 here in Fox
Mm.
Break. Yun.
Yes.
So there you go.
Ayan.
So thank you guys for being
Mhm.
with us for this season 1. It's been a great season for each and every one. Thank you sa mga nag-follow, sa mga nag-like, sa mga nag-comment to our social media pages, and for listening to us through those streaming platforms like Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker,
Mhm.
Anchor. And we're about to launch our YouTube
Yes.
so for our season 2. So I guess before we release we're going I mean before we go through with our season 2 and we're about to launch our YouTube account. So at least for
Mm.
those who haven't listened to our previous episodes, you can check it with Spotify, or if you want the videos, of us people discussing those topics. And then you can also tune in to our YouTube account. So we're going to release it anytime soon before the season 2. So at least meron kayong mapapanood at
True.
mapapakinggan. So there. So
Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being with us with this
Mm-mm.
season. And please, hoping na kasama pa rin namin kayo for our next season, which is the season 2 of Oxbreak. Before anything else, I would like to share. Please follow us, or if you want to check updates from us, you can check Pipoy and my personal account through Facebook and Instagram. You can also check Oxbreak Podcast through our
Mm.
pages. You can check at the at sign and then Oxbreak Podcast through Facebook and Instagram. And then if you have any questions,
Mm-mm.
concerns, comments, feedback, suggestions, or violent
With
reactions,
reaction.
di mawawala yan. You can email us at theoxbreakpodcast@gmail.com. And
Yes.
just a little bit of, a sneak peek.
Yes.
Mag be ready because we're launching
Yes.
merchandise.
Yes, and also, everything that you thought's gonna happen on season 2, everything you know is gonna change. Yung mga
Yes.
nakikita nyo ngayon, ibang-iba. We're gonna have like new logos,
Yeah.
new topics, new guests. Everything's gonna be completely new, fresh. We're not gonna do the same thing twice. Ganyan. So, abangan nyo. Kaya bukod sa pag-follow sa aming official social media platforms, also follow us on our own
Personal
social media
accounts.
accounts.
Yes.
Alright. Ako kahit sa IG lang at April Pulse Day yan. Follow nyo yan. Although hindi ako nag-update. Mag-update na ako kasi nga nag-pandemic eh. Anyway, tas yun. Yun lang. Ikaw, Japs, anong mga social media accounts so they can follow you too?
Social media accounts, Facebook, you can search Japet Amores Napoles. And then for my Instagram, it's underscore Japs Napoles. So you can check those. So
Mhm.
pag nandun naman yung Gcash account ko, pa-send na lang kahit 500, pwede naman.
OnlyFans.
Only soon. Tsaka
Sagot ka sa jowa mo, Doy.
Tumblr. Ay, Tumblr. Ano ba to? Telegram.
Telegram. La, jowa mo, ti. Lagot. Di alam
Actually,
mo.
collab yun.
Ako lang ba yun? Perfect. Wala, die. Ayun. Ay, nako,
All
saya-saya naman.
right. So this is me, your Oxbreak podcast host, Japs,
Pipoy.
and we here. Thank you so much, guys. And Oxbreak is now signing off. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on season 2.
Yes.
All right. Thank
Yes.
you, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.